Good evening, parents, families, staff, and especially seniors, to the 18th annual Noble Street College Prep graduation. Would the audience please stand as I introduce our first speaker, Senior Class President Shamar Lumpkin, who will lead us through a moment of silence.
Good evening. My name is Shamar Lumpkin, and I serve as your Senior Class President for the Noble Street College Prep Class of 2020. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor those who have lost their lives to a racist and corrupt system for which the country was built upon. Today, we replace the Pledge of Allegiance, a pledge that promises justice for all, with this moment of silence. I, along with many of my peers and many other people across this nation, have felt a void in our souls and the loss of American dignity. After watching the lives of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, and other African American men and women lives be taken by the hands of evils, racism, and injustices in our world. As we go out into our new lives as adults, we must make a pledge to each other. A pledge to fight for our democracy. A pledge to fight for our rights. A pledge to fight for our lives. And a pledge to fight for the just, equitable, and unified America that we all deserve. Thank you. Now please welcome back Mr. Ganti.
Would the audience please be seated? Tonight's ceremony is all about our graduates, and with that, I will turn it over to our MCs for the evening, your valedictorian and co-salutatorians, Ricardo Gaetan, Pedro Guzman, and Leslie Serna.
Hello, my name is Ricardo Gaetan, and I am the valedictorian of the class of 2020. Today marks a very special day for all of us in the class of 2020. Today we celebrate a new beginning as we take our first steps in the world outside of Noble. Each of us has walked our own path to this moment, but today we stand together in celebration of our hard work.
Hello, my name is Pedro Guzman, and I am the co-salutatorian of the class of 2020. De parte de todos los seniors, Ricardo, Leslie y yo, queremos darles las gracias a todas nuestras familias por su amor y apoyo. Agradecemos a nuestros amigos y maestros por una gran parte en ayudarnos a llegar a este momento.
Speaker today is our very own principal, Mr. Gunty. This is a special year for Mr. Gunty as he concludes his 7th year at Noble and 2nd year as principal. Mr. Gunty taught many of us as freshmen in multicultural studies, coached us in soccer, and led our school's work in diversity dialogues. As principal, Mr. Gunty has continued to bring love and high expectations to Noble Street. You brighten our school community with the morning fist bumps and your infectious laugh. You listen to students, treat us with kindness and respect, and you make Noble the best place to attend school and to work, or so we hear. We are so grateful for the work you have done, Mr. Gunty. You have made our senior year memorable at Noble Street, and we love you.
Class of 2020. I can safely say this has been the strangest end to any school year I've ever experienced, and my guess is that you are all feeling the same. While I'm sad that we're not able to be together on this day, it remains a profound joy and honor to share this day with you, and a true privilege to celebrate your many accomplishments. Thanks especially to your teachers, your advisors, and your families who have been your most loving supporters along the way. At Noble, we strive to empower you to succeed in college and lead exemplary lives rich with options. There may perhaps be no greater time in our modern history where what you choose to do with your lives will determine the course of America's future and humanity's survival. Our impact on global warming is making it harder and harder to live on this planet. The rhetoric in our country has become unignorably divisive, especially when it comes to being able to freely be who you are. We are in the midst of a global pandemic that is tragically and disproportionately affecting the very communities that most of you come from. And most recently, we were again reminded of the fact that centuries after the end of slavery, Black lives continue to be threatened and devalued and killed because of the deep roots of racist ideas, policies, and practices that have long plagued our country. And yet, despite these extraordinary and painful struggles, I have great hope for our future. I have great hope because of each of you, the 165 individuals and soon-to-be graduates who would normally be sitting before me, waiting to move your tassels from right to left. Throughout your 4 years at Noble, you have time and again proved that you are capable of anything. You've experienced love, you've met high expectations, you've dreamed big and achieved many of those dreams. You've given back, you've explored who you are. You've loved more deeply than you knew you could. And even if you may have struggled at times to tuck in your shirts, or get to school before the 8:30 bell, or do enough push-ups, or turn in your homework on time, it is precisely your journey through those struggles, big and small, that gives me so much hope. Now more than ever is the time to give yourself fully to life. We cannot face this moment without all that our young people bring. And while today marks a beautiful new chapter in your life, remember that it is merely a new beginning. Look toward the future. What legacy do you hope to leave? How will you nurture your many talents? How will your love for others manifest itself as you take this next step into adulthood? It is your journey through questions like these that will ultimately define how you choose to live your life. If you lean into this journey rather than run from it, you will see what it means to embrace life in its fullest form, and you will shape the world into what we know it can and must be for all people. When you lean into this journey, you show what it truly means to be noble. Congratulations, graduates. We love you, and we wish you the very best as you embark on this next journey in your vibrant young lives. I am so proud of you. I love you so much, and I wish you all the best. It is an absolute honor to be able to stand with our valedictorian and co-salutatorians. Ricardo, Leslie, and Pedro have left their stamp on Noble Street. They have a history of serving our school community together and many great accomplishments individually. As members of National Honor Society, all three have pursued their passion for service. Each has served in leadership roles for their class, recently earning awards for academics, service, and attendance at our awards night. All three have taken and excelled in the most rigorous coursework available at Noble Street, earning them their titles of valedictorian and salutatorians, respectively. We are honored to have them speak today, and well done to their parents. Our first speaker is Leslie Cerna, your salutatorian. Leslie has an unstoppable work ethic, earning her nothing lower than an A while at Noble. Along with earning excellent academic results, Leslie has been a 4-year athlete at Noble, playing on our volleyball team. In addition to her leadership in National Honor Society and Principals Council, Leslie has been involved in creative writing seminar, a Latin dancing class, current events and advocacy seminar, Aspen X, and volleyball seminar, in addition to attending the weekly office hours of multiple of her teachers. The summer before her junior year, Leslie took a psychology class at Harvard University, and the summer before her senior year, she traveled to the Dominican Republic to learn more about the culture and to volunteer. Next year, she will attend Pomona College. Please welcome Leslie Cerna.
Hello, class of 2020, and welcome to this small virtual screen. If I'm being honest, I wrote this speech yesterday at midnight, listening to a random throwback playlist and just trying to figure out what I want to say. However, as I was trying to find ways to perfectly explain our high school experience, I found myself reminiscing on the little things. For example, I don't remember any of you from freshman orientation, but for some reason I remember Ariana bringing a sandwich to lunch on the first day at Noble. I remember Katie and Idalise being the first freshmen to join the varsity volleyball team and become Noble Street's most recent volleyball champions. Not to mention, I remember when Jacob Palos was on the football team, when we had a football team. I remember a time when Melody had pink hair, Abigail had no bangs, and Jason Lee had straight hair. The point I'm trying to make is, you shouldn't forget the details that made high school enjoyable. I know a lot of the time the big, in-your-face, urgent situations take most of your attention, but that doesn't mean that we should turn away from the small details from our high school experience. For me, it's the small acts of kindness that bring me smiles and helps me reminisce on how far I've come. I remember Roberto teaching me how to ride the train every day after school. I remember Valerie being there for me during my first heartbreak. I remember Cedric being a shoulder for me to cry on. And I remember Alicia hyping me up when I saw myself as less than. I'm honestly super grateful for these little memories. Why? Because these were the building blocks that made me who I am today. I can say that I'm more confident, more independent, and more lively than freshman year Leslie. Now, as senior year Leslie, I remember the bigger things that happened. Like when Control won Homecoming King and was thrown into the air, or when Annabella and Daniela were bopping to the top and became lip sync assassins, or when Hyro and Emmanuel would make their ridiculous YouTube videos and talk about complete nonsense, or when Shamar dressed up as Ms. Ryan for Spirit Week. But with the good also comes the bad. For a lot of us, high school was filled with setbacks and heart-wrenching moments. We've all had our fair share, and in the moment, it felt like we were never going to escape from those dark times. And while most of us are dealing with our own personal issues, we're here, leaving Noble Street and moving on to our next adventure, moving on to something new. Yes, we're going to remember being locked inside our homes and feeling helpless, but I encourage you to remember the little details that high school has brought us. The teachers that made us view ourselves as successful, our families that only want the best for us, the friends we want to stay in our lives forever, the moments we took for granted. I'm not the best at endings, so I'll leave you all with this. Do you guys remember when we all dreaded having to hear the teacher say that Noble is all about love and high expectations? Well, this is officially our last time hearing those words. So let those words flow into your ears and be engraved in your hearts. I love you guys, and I'm always going to remember the little time we all spent together. Good luck, class of 2020. You're gonna need it.
Our next speaker is Pedro Guzman, your co-salutatorian. Pedro is an elite member of our school community. Pedro is extremely committed to his studies, and his optimistic attitude makes him an asset to both teachers and peers in the classroom. His performance earned him the opportunity to study at Yale University in the Global Scholars Program after his sophomore year. At our senior awards, he was one of 2 students recognized by both the science and fitness departments for outstanding contributions over his noble career. Pedro's academic track record is outstanding, but as you consider his overall involvement in our school community, one has to marvel at its remarkable nature. Students need 1 enrichment credit to graduate. Pedro has earned 8.5 credits. He's accrued over 300 service hours from volunteering at a local retirement home, traveling abroad to complete service learning in Panama, and coordinating our annual Barbells for Boobs fundraiser. He's been a 4-year performer in Writer's Block, a member of Principals Council, a tutor in the National Honor Society, a baseball player, and a cheerleader, and he's participated in our weightlifting and outdoor clubs. Pedro is a true exemplar of what it means to take full advantage of his high school experience. Next year, he will attend Northwestern University on a full-ride scholarship. Please welcome Pedro Guzman.
I didn't think that we have to end this way, united by a screen, but separated by physical distance. It's not what I imagined. We worked far too hard to get to this point in our lives not to celebrate. I hope you brought the same positive energy we had the past 4 years into the celebration, even though they may seem a little bit awkward, like Mr. Seymour laughing at his recorded jokes while he's laughing live to his recorded jokes. I will admit, I spent a good 2 weeks of quarantine laying in bed or playing video games. I eventually found out that no quantity of Modern Warfare would actually help me escape the current reality. I struggled to find a sort of equilibrium and a balance. I guess it was like Newton's third law, equal and opposite reactions. Alright. You guys probably don't want to hear me go on about being nerdy. But whether you're riding a bike or starting college, no one guarantees balance. Right now we ask ourselves, can we do it? But maybe we should be asking ourselves, how do I do that? How can I do that? And who will I ask so I can do that? As we all try to find hope and balance, we can only make sure that we stay grounded in who we are and what is up from down. We might cry, but we know that cries are just stress leaving the body. It's healthy. We might break down, but breakdowns don't last, and we can also find renewal and rebuild ourselves. Most of us have not felt the real weight of life on our shoulders, and we probably won't feel it for a couple more years. However, we have been thrown a substantial, disorienting amount of life at our shoulders. Your next year, wherever you go, might feel like your freshman year of high school. Might feel like the freshman year of high school all over again. It takes grit and determination that I have seen in this class to prove ourselves and to others that yes, we can and we will do it. I know that every one of you has the potential to capitalize on your new opportunities, to use your knowledge and wield it like a weapon to help others and change the world. I see hope in all of us. In our generation, I have seen my friends stand up to injustices, and organize movements during a global pandemic. We went from thinking about prom to making statements about inequity and showing power and bravery in the face of it all. We might have to be a bit crazy to do that, but we are also extremely powerful. We all struggle and waver, but it isn't like we haven't done it before. So let's keep struggling and to create change and find balance together. We are the class of 2020, so let's make them hear us.
Thank you, Pedro. One silver lining of having our virtual ceremony is we were able to hear from our next speaker, Noble's Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Constance Jones. Recently named one of Chicago's 50 most powerful women by Chicago Magazine and Crain's 40 Under 40, we are lucky to have Constance as the leader of our organization. She is the first African American and the first female CEO of the largest and most successful charter school network in Illinois. She earned a master's in business administration from Harvard Business School after earning her undergraduate degree in business administration from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. She's the proud daughter of an accomplished public school teacher and statistician, each the first in their families to graduate from college. Please welcome Ms. Constance Jones.
Class of 2020, congratulations. I could not be more proud of you. Not only did you complete 4 years of high school, which comes with its own unique set of opportunities and challenges, you did so in the midst of something that this country has not seen in over 100 years. Whether you realize it or not, you, the class of 2020, are strong, you are resilient. You are our class of endurers. I stand in awe of you. I really do. And I want you to know that you have the power to do anything. You've already demonstrated that you can do anything. Hold on to that power. You're going to need it, because I have to be honest with you. Life is going to continue to throw you many challenges. There are going to be struggles. There will be moments of self-doubt and insecurity in college and beyond, but that's okay. Remember this moment. Remember everything that you've been through. You can do this. And I also want you to know that you are worthy. You are about to enter classrooms and boardrooms. There are gonna be times when you're gonna be the only one in that room who looks like you, and there'll be other times where you might be surrounded by hundreds who look like you. But regardless, I want you to own your space, own your story, own that seat, and own your destiny. You deserve to be there. Where you might have left our physical buildings several months ago because of this pandemic, know that you never left our hearts. You never left our noble family. And because you're graduating, that doesn't mean that you're leaving our noble family. You will always be here with us. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything whatsoever. We love you. We are so proud of you. I cannot wait to see what the world has in store for you. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Ms. Jones. I'm proud to introduce our next speaker, Ricardo Gaetan, your valedictorian. Since arriving at Noble, Ricardo has been surpassing our academic expectations, raising the bar for excellence and earning nothing lower than an A. Ricardo came to Noble with a focused determination that never let up. He's a 4-year varsity athlete on our soccer team, serving as captain during his senior year. He is a leader across our community, from tutoring with National Honor Society to serving as public relations chair in senior council to spending his free time at home, helping his younger sister with her coursework so she doesn't face the same academic struggles that he did when he was younger. He leads by example, using logic to approach each set of new challenges. Ricardo's tenacity earned him the opportunity to study mathematics at Harvard University after his sophomore year, and led him to complete service learning abroad in South America through the Global Glimpse program after his junior year. Next year, Ricardo will attend the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. Please welcome Ricardo Gaetan.
Easter. That was the first label I was given. This was a label I was given before I was even born. And I want to use the fact of this label as an example to help you get through this thing called life. Gangster is what was expected of me. A minority kid without a father figure, growing up in the south side of Chicago. I had all the odds against me. I grew up wondering what it meant to be a man, to have a father, and to be a son. The expectations of who I should be, of what other people wanted from me, stacked up throughout my life. I would like every guy to embrace the fact that men have feelings as well, and it's cool. Don't get me wrong, I believe that having high expectations can be good. High expectations, for example, can give us hope. But expectations are bad when they limit you to one pathway, or when they are used to judge others. But class of 2020, how do we overcome the limits of expectations and labels? I don't know all the answers, but I have 3 pieces of advice for you before we take this next step in our lives. Number 1, be creative and self-motivated. Going to the best school in this world does not guarantee you a good life, just like going to a smaller school does not guarantee failure. You have to create these opportunities for yourself. You have to be creative and resourceful to be successful. You can literally find a way to make money in anything you like. For example, I love shoes. I like that they allow you to express yourself throughout the design and the colors. There's this thing called reselling. It works like this. You purchase a shoe that is in high demand because of little production. The shoe is later worth more than what you originally paid for because they are rare. And because people love to be unique, they will pay more money to get the shoe. It's hustle and creative thinking like this that can help you succeed. There was not a time at school where a teacher taught you about selling shoes based on rarity. I'm not saying that school is not essential, but there are many ways to gain access to success. Motivate yourself to find what you love and do everything it takes to be successful at it. Everyone makes mistakes, even adults, and it's okay. I feel like sometimes we get treated unequally because we're kids. We're underestimated because of that. Adults think that experience means that they're going to be right all the time. Sometimes they are, but sometimes they need to let us suffer a little. Let us discover the problems in this world on our own, because if we are always told what not to do, we never understand why we are not allowed to do it, nor face the consequences to our actions. We need to understand that no matter how old we are, we're all in the same boat. Number 2, challenge ideas and seek understanding. Not a lot of people realize that we are born to be different. You know, we tend to evolve over many generations. It's not like things change because they need to, but it just happens by chance. Sorry for the nerdiness, but I have to say, everyone has different DNA sequences. Unless you have an identical twin, there are a variety of intelligences. We are literally born to be different. My problems aren't any worse or better than yours. I'm not more or less successful than you. We all just have different paths. We're all successful in our own way and we struggle in our own way. It's during these hard times that we must stay united. We must be patient and understand that if your opinion is different than mine, that's okay. It's how we evolve and it's what keeps making this world better. I was at an interview with a Dartmouth alumni and she asked me, what keeps the world improving? It puzzled me for a couple of seconds, and then I thought of something. We are always challenging the ideas. We improve when we begin to question the certainty of society's norms, and then we go on to discover that there are a variety of ways of accomplishing great things. I highly encourage all of you, and I mean all of you, to keep challenging ideas, no matter what they are. And number 3, be yourself. Pay less attention to people's opinions, but acknowledge the fact that everyone is entitled to one. You need to do what is best for you. Sometimes you won't be able to do everything on your own, but getting help is perfectly fine. I always thought that being a leader meant being the person in charge, but Noble has made me realize that being a leader also means knowing when to step down and learn from your peers. We must work together to make a better tomorrow. You don't need a lot of people in your life to be happy. Surround yourself with people who are okay with you being you. Right now, I have Bell's palsy. It's when half of your face is paralyzed. There's not a specific cause, but the doctors inferred it was due to stress. It's challenges like these that make you question life. I lost my grandma my freshman year, and I really wish she was here to see me graduate. But you know, it's life. I trust that God knows what He's doing, and I suggest we do things our loved ones would have wanted us to do. Live the happy moments like they never left. Don't be mad at life. Life is very complex, and we should learn to worry less. Today, we're all high school graduates. Who you are tomorrow depends entirely on you. This is a celebration day for students who spent hours annotating books for the last 4 years. For the parents who had to wake up their lazy child every day at 7 a.m. And for the teachers who made us stay for office hours. Congratulations to everyone. Remember that we are all here to help each other. Now, go have fun, hug your parents, jump or whatever you feel like doing at this moment. Please welcome back Mr. Gunty.
Next, we will hear from short remarks from each of our phenomenal senior advisors. These staff members have worked relentlessly over the last 4 years to allow today's celebration to happen. And we are thankful for their service shepherding the class of 2020 through their entire noble careers. Afterwards, we will then hear each of the graduates' names celebrated individually. I'd like to welcome our first advisor, Ms. Aguila.
Would the members of the Aguila Advisory please stand? Ladies, that was one of my most commonly used words in advisory. I remember during orientation, you were all very shy and quiet. That did not last long, and I would often say ladies to get your attention. In our advisory, we had a broad range of personalities and talents that sometimes clashed. Like sisters, you had disagreements, usually about what to do for our advisory activities or what food items to get. In the end, we usually ended up getting pizza and wings. Regardless of the issues, like sisters, you all came together when one of you was in need. You laughed, hugged, and shed tears together. Please continue to uplift one another. I am proud of the strong, hardworking, independent, and kind individuals you have become, often solving problems on your own before going to an adult for help. I hope that you find your purpose in life and that it brings you joy. In doing so, please take these words with you. Remember to forgive yourself and others as it will help you move forward. Ask for help and happily accept it when it is given. Choose your friends and associations wisely, as these will impact the person that you are. So choose to be around people that will make you better. Lastly, show gratitude. And above all else, love. Congratulations, graduates. And thank you, parents, for trusting me to be a part of your daughters' lives these past 4 years. Felicitaciones, graduadas. Y gracias, padres, por dejarme ser parte de la vida de sus hijas durante estos 4 años. Mr. Gunty, I present the Aguila Advisory as candidates for their high school diplomas. Ladies, please be seated. And now, please welcome Ms. Avalos.
Would the members of the Avalos Advisory please stand? Ladies, when Mr. Gunty asked me to be your advisor, I said yes without hesitation. I had already gotten to know some of you from previous years through cross-country and by being in your classes. Some of you, I had never seen your faces, but you ladies opened up to me with open arms and welcomed me to your advisory. In advisory, we didn't really much agree on many things. It was quite the opposite. We disagreed, and everyone had an input and opinion on what food we should order and what the theme to our advisory picture was going to be. Regardless of the disagreements, we always found a solution, and when it came down to business or winning e-gift cards, you ladies succeeded. Our year together was cut short, but you ladies used that time to take a pause from what was a busy senior year to spending more time with family and working less. You were able to stop, listen, and learn. And I don't only mean remote learning. You have witnessed a pandemic and a historical revolution. And it's okay if you felt confused, if you felt that you were overthinking, or if you wondered, why me? In a world where it seems like we don't have much control, you control your actions, you control your words, and you control your acts of kindness. My hope for you ladies is to always be the best versions of yourselves. Be kind to yourself and to others, even when others aren't being kind to you. Be understanding, even if you don't agree with others. Be humble, listen, and I mean really listen, and focus less on what to say or what to reply. Ladies, you are all great, and don't ever waste your time proving your greatness to others. Congratulations, ladies. Mr. Gunty, I present the Avalos Advisory as candidates for their high school diplomas. Ladies, please be seated. And now, please welcome Ms. Rocha and Ms. Nicoli.
Would the members of the Rocha Nicoli Advisory please stand up?
Rocha Nicolis. It took us almost all 4 years together to come up with a nickname for us. We were the Roach Nicolis, the Row Nichols,
The Roro Nichols,
the Roly Nicolis. The list could go on
and on.
Finally, we decided we would be the Rocha Nicolis because guess what? Nothing rhymes with Rocha and Nicoli, making us an even more special group of ladies.
We remember so well that first night we met you as little baby freshmen. It has been incredibly gratifying to advise you each day for the past 4 years and to see the strong, self-assured, and kind women you have grown to be. We've listened to your stories about your parents, your siblings, your classroom troubles. We have been there to help you decide what life after Noble would be. It has been our pleasure to have been there for you. And it has also been the other way around. You have helped us through some tough times. You all stood next to me as I lost my mom, as I had my baby, as he got scary sick. Each of those times left me with more question marks than answered, and I so appreciated the space I got each day to reground with all of you.
Similarly, you ladies have been there for some of my life's hardest and challenging moments as well. From losing my mom to celebrating my most recent achievement of completing grad school. You see, Rocha Nicolis, you have been the constant in our lives. Seeing all of you every day gave us the strength we needed to push through our life's ups and downs. Because that is exactly what life is about. Life will knock you down and make you work your butt off to get right back up.
Nothing has been a stronger reminder of that than this pandemic. the injustices highlighted in the past few months and the resulting protests and riots. So much has been out of our control. And yet every time we speak with one of you, we are filled with hope. Your continued focus on the path ahead, your willingness to reflect on your own roles, and your persistence in a path of love and inclusion. You are going to make our world better. You already have made our world better.
So if life has you down, we want you to keep your head up. Lean in on your community for help and never stop working for your dreams. Never stop believing in yourself and the power your voice has. Because in these difficult moments, you will show the world how great you are and inspire others to be great as well. We are proud of you, Rocha Nicolai ladies, and we will always, always be your family. You will always have a home at Noble and with us. We love you.
Mr. Gunty, I present the Rocha Nicolai Advisory as candidates for their high school diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. And now please welcome Ms. Spaccasello and Ms. Gonti.
Will the Spaccasello-Gonti Advisory please stand? Good evening, ladies, and congratulations to each of you and to your wonderful and supportive families who got you here today. While Ms. Spaccasello and I hoped that your four-year journey would be easy, alas, we were met with many challenges. As one of your proud advisors, I want to honor the ways in which each of you looked those challenges square in the face, and you roared. You roared like the fierce and fiery and mighty lionesses you are. Born in August 2016 as the Spaccasello-Gonti Pride, you ladies are ready. You're ready to create, to explore, to learn, to listen, to speak, and to act as our future educators, engineers, lawyers, community organizers, social workers, mathematicians, writers, and the list goes on and on. I empower each of you today and every day to be the assertive women that you are, to do all the things you need to do when you need to do them, so that one day you'll get to do all the things that you want to do when you want to do them. I am incredibly proud of you today and always. Congratulations on this amazing accomplishment. I love you dearly.
Thank you, Ms. Gonti. Ladies, we have definitely had an interesting journey together. When I reflect back on the last 4 years, the three things that come first to mind to describe our unique group is celebration, pride, and hope. You ladies have always given us so much to celebrate in these past few years, including, but not limited to, academics and personal growth. We had set some pretty high but attainable goals for you ladies when you came in as freshmen. We asked that as a collective group you all maintain a 3.5 GPA or higher because we knew you were capable of it and because we knew it would provide you with your best options moving forward from high school. You ladies never disappointed. Even in the face of a global pandemic, you still finished in the top of the senior class, averaging a 3.95 GPA. Although GPA may just be a number, we would celebrate the accomplishments you all achieved every quarter with our sticker charts, and Mrs. Gonti and I were always excited to have the opportunity to celebrate different girls each quarter with a nice lunch. I am so proud of the strong, beautiful women you all have turned out to be. On our bulletin board every year, we posted the word pride, because we are a pride of lions, or unicorns, depending on the day. But the letters all represented traits we hoped you would embody as you journeyed through these 4 years of high school and beyond. Professional, respectful, independent, disciplined, and empowered. You ladies have demonstrated those traits and more, and because of that, you all have accomplished so much. You have worked hard, you never gave up, you challenged yourselves when an easier path had presented itself. It is without a doubt you will all be extremely successful in the future, and that leaves me with hope. I hope you continue to embody these traits in the future, even when the world seems dark. I hope you will continue to advocate for yourselves, to not be complacent, and to continue to help others the way you all do so gracefully. But I also hope that you take time for yourself, that you focus on your mental health as well as your physical health. I hope you find happiness in all that you do. I hope you learn to live in the moment, because if there is anything that this year has taught us, it's if not now, when. Nothing in this life is guaranteed, so take that trip, spend that extra time with friends and family, apply for that dream job, learn something new. Don't put things off for tomorrow that you could get done today. Enjoy every moment you are given. See the best in people. Be kind, shine your light, and don't wait. I will miss you all very much and wish you a lifetime of happiness. Congratulations, ladies, you did it. Mr. Gunty, I present the Spaccasello-Gonti Advisory as candidates for their high school diplomas. Ladies, please be seated. And now, please welcome Mr. Areola.
Would the members of the Areola Advisory please stand? My small but mighty group Congratulations on becoming high school graduates today. In just half the time most advisories get at Noble, I've had the privilege of seeing you all become stronger, more thoughtful, and more empowered human beings, both as individuals and as a collective. When I think about you all as a group, I'm reminded of these words of wisdom I got before going to college, that everything happens for a reason. This quote has stuck with me over the years because it's helped me face new experiences, new challenges, and especially meet new people with an open mind. When I think back to 2 years ago, I think part of the reason that we so quickly decided to stay together was because all of you came in with an open, honest perspective and were open to learning from each other, even though we all came from different experiences and from different places in and out of Chicago. I encourage you to take this open-mindedness that you already possess and use it as you embark on this next step of your journey after Noble, knowing that meeting people from different walks of life ultimately help you grow your perspective of the world. No matter what happens, know that you have people here rooting for you. And although Noble didn't start as your high school, it's definitely your home now. And you always have people here rooting for you and wishing you the absolute best. Felicitaciones a todos mis graduados y graduadas. Estoy tan orgulloso de todos ustedes. Mr. Ganti, I present the Aureole Advisory as candidates for their high school diploma. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. And now, please welcome Ms. Cabot.
Will the members of the Cabot Advisory please stand? Gentlemen, I could not be more proud of you than I am on this day. And instead of leaving you with a long speech that you'll probably forget, I'm just going to remind you of 3 things. 1, that your success is still success, that your achievements are still achievements, even though they may look a little different. 2, that you have not only endured challenges, but you have learned to overcome them. And 3, celebrate yourselves, not only for this moment, but for every success and achievement that's to come. Again, I could not be more proud of you, and know that we are here to continue to support and love you through the rest of your journey. Mr. Gunty, I present to you the gentlemen of the Cabot Advisory as candidates for their high school diploma. Gentlemen, you may be seated. And now, please welcome Ms. Ryan and Mr. Claiborne.
Would the members of the Claiborne-Ryan Advisory please stand?
We would like to thank the strong families that raised these young men for your guidance. We have been blessed to work with you these past 4 years. Our advisory is a large group of spirited young scholars, but back in 9th grade, we struggled. So Mr. Claiborne and I set up a meeting with the Dean of Students and asked for some advice. One of the things she said during that meeting was that it was okay to have fun sometimes. She gave us permission to take time to enjoy each other in the midst of all the work we do. Moving forward, we protected time to say hello and check in. We took walks, played Uno, and offered support to each other. We treasured our time together. This helped us because at the core of our advisory, there are truly strong friendships. The Claiborne-Ryans can find laughter in any situation. But because we took our academic requirements as seriously as we took our silent ball, we accomplished so much and are now incredibly proud to witness 20 young scholars crossing the stage this evening, the culmination of 4 years of hard work.
This graduation marks a gateway into a new phase of your lives. This is the decade you'll try different majors and friend groups and different interests and careers. You may protest in the streets, you may run for office, you may find someone you want to spend your life with. I wish someone had told me when I graduated high school that in my 20s, I would try many different things and I would fail at almost all of them. I wish someone had told me that my failures would not define me, but be my teacher. That how I accepted these failures and tried again and again and again, this would shape my life more than the things I was already good at. So Men of the Claiborne Ryan Advisory, when you're in these moments, doubting yourself and doubting whether you're a failure, wondering why you're not good enough, wondering why everyone feels smarter, better, or faster, know that this feeling belongs. You're in the right place. You're not defined by your failure. You're defined by the step you take after you fail. So as Cornel West says, fail, try again, and fail better.
Mr. Gunty, we present the Claiborne Ryan Advisory as candidates for their high school diplomas. Gentlemen, please be seated. And now please welcome Mr. Feuerbach.
Will the gentlemen of the Feuerbach Advisory please stand? Look, I don't really know how to do this thing. I've tried to mess with the lighting for like 3 hours, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna see what happens. We have 6 Feuerbachs in the top 20, 3 in the top 10, and 2 gave speeches tonight. And while there's so much to be proud of, I also want you to know that you're not special. But neither am I. The reason that I say that is because as you venture out to school, head out, see what life has to offer, if you believe that you're special, then when you start to struggle, you're going to be shocked and you're going to think that shouldn't happen. The reality situation is all of you are going to struggle at some point. If 2020 is any indication of what life has to offer, sometimes you're going to get kicked in the teeth. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to get frustrated. The beauty of being average is that your success is in your control. It's not a gift. It's not something handed to you. It's something you earn. All of you are incredibly prepared for college and beyond. So now, all you have to do is decide what it is you want and then what you're willing to do to get it. Even knowing what you want and being willing to put in the work, you still have to understand that once you're done, you're going to start working. And even if you're one of the lucky few that get to retire at 65, that's still 40 years of your life dedicated to work. You want to make sure it's something important to you. Mr. Gunty, I present the Feuerbach Advisory as candidates for their high school diploma. Gentlemen, please be seated. Now please welcome Ms. Garcia.
Would the members of the Garcia Advisory please stand? Gentlemen, we've come a long way together these 4 years. You might not all remember this, but the very first time that I talked to you at freshman orientation, it was also through video. Now, this isn't exactly how I imagined my last formal conversation with you to go, but I guess you can say that we've come full circle. I've watched you all grow from the shy young boys you were that first week of school into the bearded young men you are today. You are all intelligent, witty, loyal to the ones you love. You care so much for others, and you use your voices to stand up for what you know is right. It's been a great privilege to support you and your family throughout your journey at Noble these 4 years. You are an extraordinary group of young men and are part of an extraordinary class. I'm looking forward to watching you take on the world as you guys embark on this next chapter in your lives. I'm so proud of what you guys have accomplished. Don't forget, you'll always have your advisory mama here for you. Congratulations to the class of 2020. Mr. Gunty, I present the Garcia Advisory as candidates for their high school diploma. Gentlemen, please be seated.
Kevin Abad, Jason S. Aguiza, Jesus Solanis, Lauren Renee Alanese, Melody Montserrat Aleman, Nathaniel A. Alicea, Daniela Alonso.
Gracias a mi familia por siempre apoyarme, quererme, creer en mí. Todo lo que hago es para ustedes hoy, mañana y siempre.
Victoria Alvarez. Henry M. Avila. Jacqueline Avila. Lainey Zulema Avila. America Gisela Avina. Leilani Marija Ayala. Tahani Barlow. Manuel Barraza. Michael Barreto. Luis Batrez. Ruby Bautista. Elizabeth Benitez.
Grateful for my family and friends for standing by my side for 4 years. I love y'all so much. Los quiero mucho. Gracias.
Darius Lee Brown. Niari L. Brown. Jada Celeste Caballero. Eduardo Brian Carbo. Michael Carrasco. Kevin Eric Chavez. Hazel Passion Class. Christopher M. Cruz. Jocelyn Cruz. Andy Giovanni De Leon. Cecilia Delgado. Isamari Diaz. Jocelyn Diaz. Sofia Diaz. Brandon Alexis Duran. Zahia U. Edwards Clay. Cesar Luis Eligio. Miriam Espedi Eligio. Johnny Rogelio Escalante. Jesus Fabian Escamilla. Edgar Giovanni Figueroa. Carolina Flores. Olivia Claire Flores. Annabella Natalie Flores Barraza. Mia A. Gaddy. Mateo Gabriel Galvez. Jonathan Garcia. Jairo Garcia Romo. Ricardo Jonathan Gayton. Bianca L. Gaziani. Brittany Gilliard. Aiden Gomez. Brian Gonzalez. Christian Jr. Gonzalez. Jacob Alexander Gonzalez. Nancy Viviana Gonzalez, Raul Gonzalez, Victor M. Gonzalez, Christopher Gutierrez, Pedro Guzman, Contrell S. Hebron, Itzanami Hernandez, Jorge Ricardo Hernandez, Idaliz Marie Hernandez, Elideth Hernandez Soto, Brenda Herrera, Trent Hickman, Tyler T. Holmes, Catherine Elizabeth Hosian, Abdiel Ibarra, Ismael E. Irizarry,
I can't believe I'm graduating high school today. I want to thank my mom, my dad, my grandma, and all my family from Puerto Rico and Chicago. Vamos, we did it!
Jaina E. Irizarry, Sheila Yelena Hara Espinoza, George Brian Jimenez, Alicia Andrea Joe, Kiara L. Johnson, Cynthia Juarez, Jayla S. King, Kaylee Kahn, D'Angela Isaiah LeBron, Jason Patrick Lee, Caleb M. Leiva, Marcia C. Leon, Abigail Lopez, Ana Guadalupe Lopez, Daisy Denise Lopez, Ileana Lopez, Ishali Lopez, Renee Lopez, Edson O. Lozano, Shamar Lumpkin, Jillian Brianna Magana, Leilani Yasmin Martinez, Cedric Alexander McCrae, Kimaya Nish McThune, Anna G. Mahia, Erica Marlene Mejia, Victor Mejorado, Sadie Yamalet Mendoza, Cecilia S. Mentado, Leopoldo Mentado, Haley A. Miller, Anthony Howard Minor, Isaiah Montoya, Adan Navarro Jr., Angelo C. Norton.
I want to thank my friends and family for the great 4 years at Noble. I'll be attending City of Chicago Olive Harvey for Auto Tech Motive.
Carlos G. Nunez.
What's up, class of 2020? My name is Carlos Nunez. Congrats to everyone who's graduating. And during this pandemic, I know it's hard, but I hope you guys accomplish your dreams and goals.
Jacqueline Nunez. Jeremiah Jerry Olvera Velez. Melanie Stacy Orellana. Samantha Esther Ovalle Cifuentes.
I want to thank my haters and whoever doubted me, because look at me, I made it. And thank you to all my teachers and my advisor, and especially my mom, for always pushing me and motivating me to do better. Let's get it, class of 2020.
J-Red D. Palmerin. Jacob Zachary Palos. Christian Xavier Perez. Natalia Isabella Perez. Roberto Perez. Alexandra Pina. Moises Ivan Quinones Ledesma. Pablo Ramiro Quinones. Emily Z. Ramirez. Emmanuel Ramirez. Giovanni Rafael Ramirez. Vanessa Judith Ramirez. Crystal Faith Ramos. Esmeralda Ramos. Biani Reyes. Emmanuel de Jesus Reyes Gutierrez. Dario Rico. Letitia Rios. Eviani Alexa Rivera. Noel Antonio Rivera. Stacy E. Rivera. Alexander Abel Rodriguez. Fabiola Rodriguez. Johanna G. Rodriguez. Brianna Roman. Christopher Rosette. Axel Anthony Rubio. Raymond Ruiz. Anaya Deshay Russell. Alyssa Ileana Salazar. Brandon Salgado. Dylan Santos. Mariana Saucedo. Stephanie Saucedo. Leslie Serna. Trinity E. Shepard. Miguel Angel Soto. Mary O. Tabidi. Valerie Talese, John A. Tirado, Angel Gabriel Train Contreras, Emily Valladares, Alexis Jewel Varela, Victor Dwayne Varner, Kayla Sofia Vasquez, Miliani Gabriela Vasquez, Ariana Sofia Vega, Alexis Marie Velasquez, Alexa Marielle Velasquez, Kaylin I. Villanueva.
Give a shout out to all the people that supported me throughout high school. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, let's see what my future holds for me.
Adolfo Villarreal, Eleazar Villasaldo, Samantha E. Villegas, Mandu R. Williams Fujioka, Joshua Womack.
Now the moment we're waiting for. Would the graduates of the class of 2020 please stand? As principal, it is my honor to officially pronounce you graduates of Noble Street College Prep. You may now move your tassels from right to left. Congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations to all of you. I love you, and good luck.